I woke up this morning feeling sad, but a good kind of sad. My thought that comes this morning is, when you see so much suffering around and even have a little bit of your own, it can feel really heavy. It can feel really sad and overwhelming. Like, how do you help? How can you help people? Many times, people try to help other people coming from their own energy level. Like, oh, just stop. Just stop what you're doing, or just make this change, or do this thing and it'll be better. Not understanding that people are where they're at. So, in my own meditation time, I've really not ignored the sadness I feel or the helplessness I feel in certain areas where I'm serving and helping other people. And I love that because in this new space of being able to just be okay with my emotions and let them process without taking me over feels really great. And how does that help me help other people? Well, this morning when I was really sad, the great part was sitting in this emotions of sadness with the other people and knowing that I'm not them. And so, because I'm not them, I can't take my energy and my positivity and all of my and project it onto them. So then, when I sit in that space and I go to my higher power, I sit with that question of and that desire of meeting people where they're at. But when we meet, if we sit in the space of awareness or present moment with meeting people where they're at, you have to accept the sadness that comes with that. Like in one area with my friend who has Alzheimer's, I can't just make her happier. I can't just make her feel better. I can sit with her fear, her reality, not even knowing what it is, her anxiety, and then just sit in it and then give it compassion and then ask my higher power what to do next. And it's the same with someone, struggling with their own deep insecurities. So for some people, it's addiction, some people, it's relationships, some people, it's career. And to sit in that space with someone energetically without truly having an idea of who they are, but wanting to be there with them can be very, very sad. So that's where I was sitting this morning, and it made me cry and it made me sad because I saw the vulnerability of life. Like, I don't have control. I can't help these people any more than who I am. So there's so much insecurity around that, right? My own insecurities. Like, I recognize my own struggles, right? And so I could sit there with them in my meditation and I acknowledge that and then surrender. I then ask the question to my higher power, my higher self, Gomu, well, how can I serve them? How can I show up? I don't even know what to do. I acknowledge my insecurity, my helplessness. I don't know what to do for them. And I just sat in that and I was sad. And I feel like that's really, really powerful because then you're not trying to project your own opinions on someone else, which they don't need, right? But you're still left with sadness, not knowing what to do necessarily. Yeah.
Um, I have to tell you, I've been on the receiving end of that. I'm going to help you when I'm super sad. And I have just very much felt like, oh my God, now you're shaming me because I'm in a sad place if you're not there. And you're telling me how to get out of it. You know what I mean? I have
Yes.
been on that receiving end of, please don't tell me just to snap out of it. You're not helping me by pushing me in a direction that you think I need to go. And um, sitting with someone, the gift of your presence is sometimes all that's needed, and an understanding of where I'm at. And then it's not as simple as just snap out of it. You know, the old Bob Newhart thing.
Just
stop
stop it,
it.
right?
If it was that easy, don't you think I would stop it? You know?
It raises the question, why do we need a feel to stop it for someone? At that point, we're really not trying to help them. We're caught in our own insecurities of easing our own suffering. And I don't think we're even
Yes.
aware of that. I'm not saying that that's people's intentions. I'm saying that to really sit in a space of being able to help someone, I need to sit with them. Let me just sit in your pain, and it's going to hurt. I would have had more easement of my own emotions if I came up with some plan. And then you can get upset when
Yes.
that person
Yes.
doesn't take that plan, or get upset when the plan doesn't go your way. But all that is about our own emotions. If I just sit in the vulnerability of I don't know how to
Or
help a person, but just sit in your space of emotions with you, whether you're saying it to me or not, just to feel you, to feel your presence, to feel what you might be going through, or to feel all my ideas of what I think you're going through. And just to surrender them and be quiet with them and be quiet with the vulnerability, I think that there's more value there. There's more support for
absolutely.
the person there.
Absolutely. And we say so often in everything, there's gifts for both. Well, how do we know that I'm supposed to be there for you? Maybe it's that I'm supposed to be here to uncover, oh, wow, I really do have a need to make everything right for other people because I'm so afraid of things not me or me not being able to be that fix it for everyone. Why do I need to be a fix it? Why can't I be okay? It happens for all. Well, I know sadness happens for me, but oh my gosh, let Gary be sad. What do I do with that? I
Yeah,
got to fix it, because
yeah.
I'm not comfortable in that space. And it could be the universe is just giving me this opportunity to show me being with someone who's sad is okay.
Yeah.
And I don't know, is it so big that it's saying not only is it okay, but you're not supposed to do something about it. You're supposed to learn that you can't fix everything. It's not meant to be fixed. It's meant to be a opportunity to be in that type of emotion and be okay with it.
Another thought that I had that comes to my mind with that is fear. So we have that insecurity of not knowing what to do, but then I also see fear. So let's talk specifically about like addiction, substance abuse. When we watch someone that's suffering in their addiction, it's very difficult to watch. I think a fear rises up seeing, I need to try to help them. I need to try to save them. We try to do that because we feel somewhat responsible that if something were to happen to that person, due to the addiction, that we could have done something more, that we should have done something more. There are so many emotions that come up, our own insecurities. What should I say? How bold should I be? Should I give a lot of love? Should I be harder on that person? And then the fear mixes in with the anxiety, which then makes us not even know what to do. And I'm finding that for me today, in this moment, the best thing I can do is be honest and just grieve the parts of my emotions that are really, really sad to see this, the fear, surrender the fear, acknowledging it first, though. Acknowledge this fear that I don't know what's going to happen in this person's life, right? And then the surrender of the journey. Like, whatever might happen, accepting it too. Surrender and accepting that it's not my journey. I don't have control. Once I've done that and I'm doing that, and even as I'm talking to you, I'm just such an amateur at this. I don't know. I've dealt with different variables of addiction with people in my life, including my own with food addiction. So I'm only here right now authentically. And as I'm here authentically, I'm seeing that the phases for me are number one, vulnerability. Number two, acknowledging my feelings. I'm acknowledging them. I'm acknowledging my sadness. I'm acknowledging my fear. I'm acknowledging my anxiety. Then it's number three, accepting. I'm accepting and surrendering. I'm accepting and surrendering that I don't have control of this person's life and I don't know where their journey's going to go. And then for me, the next step is okay, asking for how I can help. Because I feel like now that I'm in the platform of truly being empty, that now I can get clarity or insight or love. Something can show me how I can serve this person. And in this person's walk, I don't have to understand everything about their life and I don't have to compare them to other people with addiction. I can look at this person individually, who they are, their love, their struggles, and just sit in that love there and then ask my higher power, what can I do? And not just what can I do, what do I want? What do I want to do? What do I want? I want this person's healing. I want this person's power to be accessed. I want to help activate that power in them. I want them to see how great they are. I want to help move them forward in their lives. I want to be a part of moving them in a positive direction and then laying it all down. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know how I could do it. I don't know where I could show up for them, but then I surrender it. And I think this is where my relationship with Gomu is so big. It's because I'm not going to ask humans these kinds of questions. What are they going to know? Everybody's working out of their own experiences. They might be able to give me some insights, but they can't give me a specific insight for the person that I love or the person that I'm looking at or the person I'm in connection with. So I put it out to a higher power, recognizing that people can't give me the answers directly. They can give me the support. They can give me some supplement, but they can't be the source. And so I reach out to a higher power, and then that's where I'm finding the evidence the God of my understanding is alive and real because I'll get an idea that's specific for that person. As a coach, that's how I coach. I can't coach everybody in a general ledger. Okay. I have to go on the journey with each person individually to see who I'm with, to understand who I'm with, and then to together learn what's going to work here or not work here. And you can't generalize that. And anyway, that's where I've been finding myself at. And so far it's been, I don't know, 3 or 4 days now of sadness, but not sadness that just takes me over. It's a sadness that just is, and acceptance and all the things.
I love your giving it to Gomu, asking for. I know I've shared this book with you before. There's a book called The Life of Billy Fingers, and he's a drug addict, and he goes so far as losing his life to the drugs. I hear you saying over and over and over again, how do I show up for this person, this person, this person? It may not even be about that person. We just don't know where we're supposed to be serving
Yeah.
and what's supposed to come from this. And so maybe your place isn't even to help him, but you're going to be helping the ones around him. And there is always two sides to everything.
I love that point that you just made, Susan, because you're right. It part of it is it's probably going, it could be that I'm here for somebody else and not him altogether. And no matter what, it's continuous surrender of all my feelings. It's acceptance of the journey. It's acceptance that I have no control. It's acceptance of the vulnerability of life. It's the acceptance that you wish you could help people and that you might be able to help people that may, but maybe you can't. And it's the acceptance that everybody's got to walk their own walk and then allowing yourself to receive the truth of that. But at the same time, also ask. There's a way I can show up. If there's a way I can show up for this person, if there's a way that I can make a difference, if there's a way that I can activate their power. And I'm finding that even in connection with other people, all relationships are here to serve us. There's not one that isn't here to help us grow. And how they help us grow is in our love. that's a different subject. But every single person is here as an opportunity to help us grow in our own love, in our own truth, in our own authenticity, in our own understanding. And I'm finding that even here, as I look at this space, I can look at my desire to serve and my desire to be there for a person will be activated to a deeper level as I'm confronted with their lives, as I'm confronted with who they are, as I'm confronted with their struggles. And so that's part of my gift to the world. My gift is bring me your sorrow, bring me your hardships, bring me your worst case scenario thing that you've ever done. I can sit in that space without judgment and just be there with you in the deepest pain and help you unravel, uncover, understand why you're doing what you're doing without the judgment. That's the gift that I have. So many people are running away from their feelings. So if there's a way that I can help someone and even through addiction or even through Alzheimer's, if I can help you see, if I can help you connect with who you are inside at the deepest level, it doesn't matter what you're diagnosed with. If I can see you, because that's my gift, I can see people at a deeper level, then I know that I can bring forth life and love just through my own gift. Because my gift is the gift of being able to sit in people's emotions and pain with them. It's breaking through barriers. It's breaking through barriers of walls that people have put up, not wanting to face their emotions. And so getting faced with this very sad, vulnerable awareness of someone dear to me, being caught up in substance abuse gives me the opportunity to ask my higher power, give me more. How can I access more? How can I help them? And then I see the insecurity and the vulnerability of feeling like I don't know enough. I don't know this. I don't know that. And then laying it down so I can ask for more access to being able to help people at a deeper level with the recognition that that may not be for me to do. And also the acceptance that their journey may lead them someplace
Mm.
I don't want to look at. Like in the moment, if I bring out
Mm.
the insecurity of addiction, I don't know who I am in this space and it feels insecure. How can I help? Or being in a space of helping a friend with Alzheimer's and never being there before, and then sitting there and feeling like helpless or useless, like you're not easing their suffering, and still sitting and still staying. That's hard,
Yeah,
but it's beautiful. I think love can show up there. So even as we're talking, today, the sadness
absolutely.
is here. The sadness is just here. It just is, and I'm just going to hold space for the sadness, and I'm going to keep asking for something different, something more if I can, while at the same time accepting that it may not be that way. It may not turn out that way. And it might be sad, or I might have to go through some deeper, painful emotions on my part, but that's not my business. My business is my emotions, but it's not for me to change them or to judge them or to project on them, but to take my own feelings,
Yes,
my own fears.
when you said asking for something different, something more, is that the right word? Is that what you're asking for? Or would you be asking for mm, uh, direction, understanding?
Yeah, that's a great question. I believe it's both. So for sure, I'm a spoiled brat. I know I'm a spoiled brat of the God of my understanding. So I ask. I will ask for anything I can. And so my deepest desire is that this person would be set free of their addiction and that it would be used to their great power to be able to help and serve other people because I know what they're capable of. This person is like a Superman. He has got such a big compass, but he's got hit so hard with life and in his own emotions. People, when they don't face their emotions, it turns them in different directions, understandably. I want healing. I want health. I want strength. I want power for that person. I want it. I want more for that person. And I will ask because my faith may help theirs. I know that this power can make a difference. So I'm interjecting that energy into their journey. And if it's supposed to be that way, then it will. But I know my power of intention, my power of desire, and my power of love mean something. And it doesn't have to be directed straight at them. It can come in my own meditation time, in my own prayer time. And so then from there, I think the direction and clarity and guidance will come. I know there's something beyond here that I can cry out to. So I don't care if it's a tree, if it's Diane's higher self, if it's Source, if it's God, if it's Buddha. I don't need a name. I just know I'm connected to something else. And as a spoiled brat, I'm going to ask for it. I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask. I'm going to ask. And I'm not going to stop asking. And then at the same time, deal with my own fears and insecurities and pain because it may not turn out that way, right? We can ask, 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 and that's a way of numbing our own emotions. But if I have the balance of asking, but at the same time accepting whatever comes, then I think there's beauty there.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's sad. So the thought that comes into my mind right now is, pray. Let's do this right now and reach out because I'm not just going to feel better. I mean, I could cry right now. I'm not just going to feel better, but I think that since we're talking about this now, it would be awesome to just reach out to my higher power while the energy is so strong. Are you cool with that?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Nice. All right, let's go. Okay. We're just gonna just get into that quiet space, eyes closed or not. And I'm just gonna sit here and let the words come as they come, and they're already ready to come. They're already ready to come. All right. In this space of presence and so much emotion, God of my understanding, we come to you and just surrender. I'm coming to you in vulnerability and surrender with my whole heart. I'm dumping out all this fear and this insecurity and this sadness and this helplessness, and I'm just surrendering it. I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go. I'm acknowledging it, but I'm letting it go. I'm letting it sit right here. I'm not going to hold on to it, but I'm going to keep feeling it and letting it go. I'm not going to ignore it. I'm not going to stuff it down. I'm not going to dwell in the pain or the sorrow or the thoughts. I'm not going to let my mind carry me away. Thank you for changing me so much that I see that I can just do it this way. There's freedom even here to just acknowledge my sadness and the vulnerability of life and the insecurities of it all and the feelings of helplessness and just be real with it. That's what this life is about. It's about the vulnerability and thank you. Thank you for putting me in this space to be here in love for people that I'm close with and people that I'm not close with. Thank you for the gift of not being afraid to look at hard things. Thank you for giving me the energy to stay in them and to release any judgments I might have, to let go of them because I know to really see people, that's what we need to do. So thank you. Thank you for giving them that sight. Otherwise, in all of these cases, whether I'm walking with my friend with Alzheimer's or I'm walking with my loved one in addiction, to come into these spaces thinking I know what to do or to have a full understanding of what people are going through, I feel like just puts a wall. And I thank you for letting me see that truth, that reality, and offering me a different way. So I come before you as a spoiled brat, whatever you are. And I come on behalf of my loved one first, and I pray for a breakthrough. I pray for something big to happen. I pray for eyes to see the deepest part of their heart. I pray for the wisdom to help. I pray for the steadfastness to love. I pray for a plan. I pray for power. I pray that you would help me see their spirit and that you would give me deep insight that would activate the power inside of themselves to save themselves. Because since the beginning, Gomu, I have not asked that I would be people's answer, but that I would only help them see their own answer, their own power, their own activating strengths. And that I would get to be a part of that that just opens them up. So I know that this gift is in me and I know that this can be done. And so I ask for a very real path for that, and that I would see it, and that I would believe it, and that I would trust it, and that I would walk in it, and that whatever character strengths need to grow in me to help them, that I would be resilient in that, and that it would show up, and I would see it, and I would walk in it with great courage, power, and strength. And in the other area for my friend who's struggling with Alzheimer's at such a young age, and things have been getting worse. I just ask that you would help me to keep seeing them. It felt like we were connected in these past few months, but now it looks like as her condition is worsening, that I'm not being looked at any longer as a friend, but more as an enemy, someone she can't trust. And I know that that's due to whatever's going on inside of her. So I pray if it's in her journey and her will, that I would still be able to come into that space, break forth through the chaos in her mind, and that she would feel me as her friend, a safe place while she's going through this really dark time. That's what I'm asking, because I'm thinking that maybe that's what she needs, that would help her suffering, because she seems so anxious and afraid. So help me show up as her friend and a safe place, and even play. Is there a way that we can play in Alzheimer's? I mean, that would be cool. That not only would she feel safe, but as she's transitioning to wherever her mind is being taken, that we could do it in a softer way. I would love that. I would love that. And I know I'm asking for something big, only big because I have never seen it and don't know what that would even look like, but I know that is possible. Why? Because I've seen the great evidence and power of your love mixed with our desires and intentions. So let it be. And if that's not the path for her, then help me soften up and stay, stay strong and true in this space where needed. And to serve her son also, who is going through so much with this, to be a, a support system and love that helps activate his power inside of him to use this hardship for greatness and love and service. Thank you. Thank you for being so real in this space. Thank you for giving me so much evidence to know that whatever you are, whatever this is, that it is a true source of power for change in our lives. And let me see every step of the way the reality of this transformation, the evidence of your power, the evidence of my power, the evidence of love in all of this and in each person. Thank you so much for this love. Thank you for this presence. Thank you for this relief. Thank you for the gift of being in this space with suffering. Thank you for vulnerability. Thank you for the reminder that we're not in control. Thank you for the opportunity to surrender. Thank you for the gift of letting go. If there's anybody here today that is struggling with surrender or letting go, would you just give them that one step, that one push that they need to just try it out? and see how real this connection can be to their own power. I love you so much. And Susan, did you have anything you wanted to add or
I
not?
do not.
Okay. Thank you for this just always showing up as my friend and just being there to listen. And I feel better. Like I'm probably gonna cry some more, but that's okay. It's just the crying and the letting go. Thank you for
Yeah.
meeting with me and thank you for sharing space with me. Thank you for your love and thank you for
Mm,
just being here with me.
absolutely.
All right, you have a great day.
Thanks. You too.